And click start recording as well. All right, what's up, y'all? What's up?
Welcome to
this another episode.
New.
I know.
This is nice and different.
Welcome to another episode of the Limitl3ss podcast.
I know, this is nice.
Now look at you.
Hey, I had to.
We gotta double check ourselves, but but no. Welcome to another episode of Limitl3ss podcast. Me and Vaughn, I know y'all haven't seen us in a while. But first we want to just say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, everything that you celebrate.
Happy holidays to everybody. And Chinese New Year is coming too.
Yeah, that is. But yeah, over the break, Vaughn and I, we were talking about, going to this format where we can do live streaming, so that way we don't have to, the content is able to get out to y'all immediately. Y'all are able to interact with us.
Yes.
Instantaneously.
And it's gonna suck. This first one. Still gonna be good content, but it's gonna suck. But tell us what y'all think about it. Tell us how the audio is. That's our main thing. You can have horrible video but great audio. Yep. And video is awesome and it's amazing. Yep. So all right. This is actually nice. Yeah, Let's jump into it.
So,
go ahead. Topic, I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to sit back and take some notes. I'm going to let you have this one.
I know this week, we had the CFP semifinals, right?
Yes.
And usually it's kind of dead during this period of time. We're waiting for the actual championship game to happen.
Yes.
You may have some coaching changes, but the transfer portal is closed. Early signing period is done for at least this point in time.
Yeah. All know that transfer portal was
saying something right there.
That transfer portal was jumping like Jordan.
Yeah.
And then, that's just a server. Go ahead. Okay. I'm gonna check it out.
And then what else? So yeah, early signing period is done. Transfer portal's closed until the next window opens up during the spring. And it's just really quiet. But LSU decided to drop some bombs. So if you've been tapped in with us, I'm a big LSU fan. I bleed purple and gold. And man, I know we haven't had the defense that we're used to having this year.
Very true.
It's I can't remember a period in time when we've given up over, on average, 30 points a game.
I can't remember. I'm gonna say what I have to say because it's gonna kill it.
I'm never a proponent for someone losing their job.
True, but if you're not doing your job, though,
yes. But it was one of those things where we knew some sort of changes had to happen.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Brian Kelly did the unthinkable. He let go of the whole staff.
That boy clean house.
The whole defensive side of the ball.
But okay, so let me dive into that real quick. So him letting go of the entire defense. Of course, you're gonna get people that he should have kept this, he should have kept that, he should have kept this coach, should have kept that coach. The entirety of y'all defense was bad. The entirety.
Yeah.
From defensive line to linebackers to secondary. And it wasn't like every game, like all three levels were bad.
Yeah.
It was like pick and choose. Okay, this game, defensive line is terrible. Okay, this game, secondary is terrible. This game, linebackers is terrible. Yeah, it just started to mount up to the point to where no game y'all had any level of defensive consistency at all.
Yeah.
The one game that I'll say probably would have saved the defensive staff was that game against Alabama. When everybody knew what Milroe and Nick Saban was going to do and the manner in which they did it. If y'all could have contained Milroe, y'all probably would have won that game.
Yeah, if we won that game, House would still have a job.
Yes.
But I'll take it a step further. I felt like his opportunity, because all right, so I personally felt that look, the changes were going to be made, but House was going to be retained, and the only reason I say that is if the defense performed in the bowl game, that would have been reason to keep him. Because look, we performed in the bowl game, 10 wins, we can kind of push that under the rug. But
true.
Wisconsin
scored the most points.
Career day,
they scored the most points they had scored all season in the first half.
Career day, and
Wisconsin 7-5. They were 7-5, and y'all were 9-3.
Yep, don't remind me.
It didn't help for the quarterback. I don't even know his name. For the defense to make him look the way that he was looking out there. It's like, y'all just looked bad. Secondary looked terrible. Y'all could not stop them for the longest time.
And it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, look.
And it's Wisconsin.
Like, Brian Kelly's hands were tied behind his back.
Even
before we started this year, he always said that, look, year 3 is that's when we need to make our stride.
Yes.
And
yes.
Kudos to him to making those changes, right?
Absolutely. Because it's not a good feeling to go in there and be like, all right, all y'all, I'm giving pink slips to everybody.
Because you got to keep in mind, like, this isn't a staff that he inherited. He brought them in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
you brought them with you.
You are changing someone's life.
I don't think, and I essentially can't speak for them because I'm not in their heads. But I don't think they fully understand, and let me preface this by saying to all of y'all people out there to be like, oh, the SEC fans are so, they're so arrogant and all this, that. We have a right to be. We 1,000% have a right to be. Yeah. We demand excellence.
We do.
Anyway, to go to LSU from Notre Dame, I don't think they fully understood the gravity of the situation that they were coming into. Ooh. Brian Kelly's staff.
Well, not all of them came from, none of them, except for the one guy that did come with them from Notre Dame. He fired him.
Okay, where the rest of them come from?
Denbrock, who's now the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame, came from Cincinnati.
How many of them came from the SEC? Is my question. That's what I'm getting at.
None of them.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Except for House.
There's a certain level of demand that the SEC has that I don't think they fully understood. Even though we're not in the championship this year, I think I pulled up the stat last night. It's been 15 years since the SEC team is not.
Yeah. People are saying that this championship is a breath of fresh air because
the SEC. So that tells you that everybody knows the SEC team typically is in the national championship as far as everybody can remember.
Yeah.
So looking at it, it's like, did we really know what we was getting into? I don't think y'all did.
And man,
it sounds nice that you're an LSU coach. It sounds beautiful, but can you deal with this pressure?
And look, man, like pressure, it either breaks you or you make diamonds out of it.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? And man, only thing that like I'm in the camp that I agree that a change needed to be needed to happen. But the only thing I couldn't stand is that a lot of these fanatics or LSU fans that are just like a little too overboard are like going in on these guys like as if they don't have families themselves. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
it comes with the territory.
They did get paid. They got a massive payout. So like all those guys, cumulatively, right? $4.4 million to buy them out.
It comes with the territory.
It does, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't.
It doesn't mean you can't have any sympathy for it. Yeah, it doesn't suck. You got to go tell your wife or your family, like, "Hey, I don't have a job,
bruh."
Like it sucks.
I think what was most telling about this whole thing today is like, and maybe it's because of where we're at now, and we're more tapped in with social media. Is like when I saw it, I went ahead and looked. I was like, let me go check out LSU Twitter, see what's going on.
They going off,
bro.
Going off. Like
players were going off. Because usually you would think like sometimes you'll have onesies and twosies of players that just don't rock with the they don't rock with the coaches.
Yes, but
bruh, an overwhelming majority of players were like, "Oh, deuces! Like, good, you're gone." And then there was this clip popped up over the weekend from when LSU beat Wisconsin. And Matt House is coming up to congratulate Mekhi Wingo because he pretty much put the team on his back. He got those last 2 sacks in the fourth quarter.
True.
And, bruh, he tried to congratulate Mekhi. Mekhi didn't even want to look him in his face. Like I'm done with this. He literally said, "I'm done with this. I'm going pro." That's what he said.
I'm going to say this.
Before we get going, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Jump in the chat, please. We want to interact with y'all. If y'all y'all have something to say, we'll be answering questions like just
that. Yeah. Well, go ahead.
We're trying to get our stuff out there to the masses. So,
I'm oiling up to say this.
Can you?
I got you. So.
Let's
Comment
see.
One that we have.
Of course it'll be him.
Of course it'll be him. Not sure that BK quite understands the SEC yet. For LSU, the championship bust. I told you. Look, my brother-in-law is an extremist. But okay. This ain't even my team, and I'm defending it.
So this is my thing, right?
He's an extremist. Boy, pause. Let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So for the players. We talked about this in pre-production. This is probably, for the SEC, I don't know about anybody else, but for the SEC, this is probably the only true year that I can think of where if an SEC team, in particular LSU, had even a fraction of an okay defense, not great, not really good, not decent, an okay defense.
Championship.
We're talking about them in the championship. Yeah. We're talking about them in the national. We're talking about them in the national championship. Easily. No joking. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are in the national championship race. Period. So for the players, I think that's where they had enough. Because I mean, come on. Especially if you're a senior and you're looking at it and you're like, if y'all even had somewhat of a scheme for us, we'd be talking about national championship.
We would.
I think that's where it sets in for the players.
I would be contemplating on whether I'm gonna drop that.
I'd be contemplating on whether or not I want to punch my coach in the teeth. Because it's like, bro, you got paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and you, everybody want to be like, oh, well, at the end of the day, it's the players that got to go out there on the field. True enough. But if you ain't done enough
talent and scheme, bro.
If you ain't got enough scheme, and true enough, y'all have young talent. So your scheme has to be just that much better. Because those guys, you have those guys that come to LSU for a reason. Yeah. It's not like they're bums out there on the field. Yeah. Your scheme had to be good enough.
I would say that, okay, sometimes the scheme can be too much for the player. Especially if you have younger players.
True.
You don't want to out-scheme yourself. And then,
you don't want to out-coach yourself. We talk about that all the time.
When they're not just reacting.
But that's where like I said, I'm defending that, and it ain't even my team. But that's where I'm at with it. Go ahead and address the comment. But I told you, my brother-in-law is an extremist. He is an extremist.
But look, so this is my thing.
He realizes that y'all are about to go through a growing phase because y'all are not gonna get another quarterback. Y'all had 2 great ones like that. Y'all not gonna get a third.
You don't know yet.
Y'all not gonna get a third.
Bro, did you? Okay.
Go ahead.
I will address that.
Please address it.
Let me handle this real quick. So, all right. Yes, I agree with you. LSU is championship or bust.
True.
Yes. But we have to keep in mind, when Brian Kelly came on, we had 38 scholarship players. The cap is 85?
85. Yeah, 85.
Okay. Cap is 85, bro.
Okay.
And so we had to hit the transfer portal hard.
True.
And the big thing about having these championship teams, if you look at Georgia, you look at your Alabamas, these are players that they built up through their program, i.e. Bryce Young, i.e. Will Anderson, Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
Okay, LSU didn't have that opportunity. Now, in year 3, we've been able to develop our talent, i.e. your Will Campbells, Garrett Nussmeyers, Emory Jones. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
So,
go ahead.
With that being said, come this year, I'm on that train.
You're on what train?
It's championship or bust.
No, I think it's gonna be bust. I don't think y'all gonna make it to the championship next year.
We're definitely making it to the playoff. We're definitely making it to the Stop that.
Oh yes, 12-team playoff. Of course. My bad. I'm thinking about the 4. Yeah, of course y'all gonna make it to. Of course y'all gonna make it to the playoff. But can you? Are you gonna honestly sit here and say the caliber of
for me is playoff or bust?
No, I understand that. Y'all gonna make it to the playoffs. It's 12-team next year. It's 12-team this upcoming year.
Weird things have happened.
Yeah,
but
weird things have happened. Y'all gonna make it to the playoffs. I was just talking to somebody about that, and I'm like, do people truly realize 12-team playoff? You're probably gonna have 6 of those slots taken up by SEC teams.
I don't know if that's. I have to look at exactly how to do it, but I don't know if that's possible.
Check the layout. Yeah, look at the layout. But are you going to sit here and tell me, and pertaining to Mr. Extremist,
okay,
are you going to sit here and tell me that the caliber of offense that y'all had this past season is going to be in some shape, form, or fashion that same or eerily similar?
It's not going to be that dynamic.
That's what I'm getting at, bro.
Okay, look. So you watched the game, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Garrett Nussmeier can spin that thing.
Okay, but it was Wisconsin.
Bro, don't disrespect Wisconsin's defense. They're a top 10 defense.
They're 7-5.
They're a top. Okay. Haven't we had the conversation that?
Sure, we have.
It has to be both sides.
We have.
Look at Iowa. Iowa has a top 10 defense.
Yes.
No offense.
None. Absolutely none, and everybody knew it.
And they're 9 and.
Yes.
They got ran through.
But my thing
is you can't judge the defense based on the deficiencies of the offense.
You can't. Yeah, I will give you that. But I think for y'all, the Twitter LSU fans and the hurting LSU fans are looking at this season. And like I said before, are looking at this season.
Like the one we just got out of.
Yes. Okay. And are like, you can't sit there and be like, okay, our offense is going to be equally or remote is going to be equally potent as this past season.
I haven't seen
so
that.
when you're looking at that, and then you're looking at the defense that y'all have, and okay, yeah, the defense is going to grow, but is the defense going to grow to the degree where it is going to equate the offense falling off to a certain degree? Okay. Like, is it going to balance itself out? Is what I'm saying.
So I personally think it will. Because,
okay. Look, you're such an optimist.
We are ranked 105th in total defense out of 130?
32 teams. 130. Yeah, just say 130.
You can only go up from there. All right? And I'm not saying that Garrett Nussmeier is dynamic like Jaden Daniels, but what I will say, and I may get some pushback on this, is that Nussmeier can spin it better than Jaden. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Don't get it twisted. Please don't.
Are we just talking about just straight throwing the ball? So we just nothing else, just straight throwing.
Yeah, because I haven't personally seen Nussmeier run. He hasn't had to.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, spinning the ball, like, he was putting that ball in places. It was eerily similar to what Penix is doing.
You better not.
Eerily similar.
Bruh.
Eerily similar.
Bruh. No. Hell no. You're no.
Did I say it was exact?
No.
Did I say it was
no? It's
exact?
not even. It's not eerily similar.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. No, bruh.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'll give him that. But do not even say that he can. Do not even say that it is eerily similar to Penix, bro. Because no.
Right. Okay.
Absolutely.
Were you not watching that game?
Yes, I did watch it. I watched y'all whole game, and I was hurting for y'all.
He threw some people open. Of course. Okay.
Yes, he threw some people open.
That's
but
what Penix does. Eerily similar.
No,
Next topic.
no.
Next
He
topic.
is not putting that ball. No, I'm not finna put that comparison to Penix. No.
So just so we can
That left-handed hip thrower.
It just looks different because he's a lefty.
No, it looks different because he can hit a keyhole.
All right.
Anyway,
but all I'm
ended on
that.
I'm ending on that. I'm ending on that one.
I'm interested in seeing who Brian Kelly's going to bring in.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
interesting.
have my own hopes on who he brings in.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to get Corey Raymond back on the secondary. I'd love to see Bo Davis come back to LSU. He's currently at Texas. There's been a lot of rumor stuff going on about that. And then as a defensive coordinator,
and a lot of them getting snatched to Syracuse too. But go ahead.
For the defensive coordinator, I would love two people, actually three. DJ Durkin from A&M, Blake Baker from Missouri. He was recently at LSU, but Brian Kelly let him go.
Man, I don't think that's a bad. I don't think that's a bad move to pick up.
Buddy from Michigan, because he has a relationship with Brian Kelly. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be interesting.
We'll see.
I can't believe you said. I can't believe you compared Nussmeier to Penix, bro. What the? Anyway,
next topic.
All right, so Georgia and the Florida State game. Jesus,
that was embarrassing.
So you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm going to start that one by saying that game was an utter embarrassment to Florida State. And not because Georgia didn't pull any punches.
Yep.
Let me start there. Yes, the starters played. Why? I love what a lot of the Georgia players said.
Yeah.
There's a game on the schedule. We came here to get an education and play football.
Yeah.
Game on the schedule, we playing.
Yeah.
Now, did some of them opt out? Yes, significantly. A significant amount of them were injured. But even the ones that opt out still came to the field. They still came to the game. Yeah. Like even going back to the LSU Wisconsin game, Jaden Daniels was at the game. A couple of other guys that didn't play were still at the game with their team.
I want to say he was the only one that opted out.
I think so. But when you look at the Florida State side, and this is why this pisses me off, and I'm not a Florida State fan.
Yeah.
If you opt out of first of all, excuse my language, it shouldn't be opting out, especially if you're not going to the draft.
Especially if you're not going to be a first round pick.
And you're not going to be a first round pick.
Yeah.
Game on the schedule. You came here to play football, get an education. Go play the game.
Yeah.
Period. Yes, it sucks what happened. It sucks. We all knew it was going to happen.
Bro.
I don't care. Even your bubble-headed Florida State fans knew that was going to happen. Yeah. You knew you weren't going to the playoffs because your starter quarterback got hurt, and y'all gave the committee nothing to go on to put y'all in there.
Yeah.
You struggled your last two games horribly.
Yep.
Now, game on schedule, go play the game.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, go showcase the reason why y'all should have been put in. The reason why y'all should have been there. Go make the committee put their foot in their mouth by going out there and competing against the reigning two-time national champion team.
Because let me tell you, that's what Georgia did.
That's what Georgia did, and I loved it. I loved it as a Georgia fan because it showed that there's more to this. Yeah, it sucked we didn't make it to the national championship. But there's more to this than us making it to the national championship. Yeah. My brothers are out here on the field playing ball, and I'm finna go out here and ball out with them. Yeah. We're going to show y'all, even though you can't change it, we're going to go out here and show y'all why we should have been in.
Yeah.
Period. But what Florida State did, what Florida State players did was ridiculously selfish. You opted out. You didn't show up to the game. And then you let your freshmen, sophomores take the hit for y'all foolishness. And you left them hanging. You left the team hanging. You left the coaches hanging. You left the staff hanging. You left the school hanging and the fan base. You cared nothing about that fan base, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you didn't show up. It sucked what happened.
Yeah.
But your ass should have been at the game.
I don't have a leg to stand on to argue that point. But this is my thing, right? So, and I had a conversation with my best friend Alfred, and he's a avid Florida State fan. Low key delusional, you know what I'm saying? But he was arguing to me like he was glad that the players didn't play in the game. Like they wanted to be in the national championship, and guys were sent out for the draft and whatnot. But I told him, I was like, look, bro, y'all knew for a whole month
that y'all weren't
playing, like that y'all weren't playing in the national championship. Okay, it sucks that it happened. Get over it.
Yeah, get over it.
You know what I'm saying?
Georgia did.
And my thing, I felt more bad for Norvell because
you had to.
While he may be mad, while he may feel jaded because his team got left out, that game is still a reflection on you. Yes. Because guess what? While those players are leaving, you're staying there.
You're staying. Period.
So I know everybody's mad, but it's like, look, you still got a job to do. You're still getting paid.
All of that crap, and I call it crap. All of that crap about, I believe in my coach. My coach got my back. You didn't have his back.
Bro.
You didn't have his back.
Bro, and
it was ugly.
And I loved the message that Kirby had. It was like, look, I'm sorry that it had to happen like this, but it needed to be shown that this needs to change.
Period.
The way that we're doing these opt-outs, the way we're doing this transfer portal.
Period.
Because...
And I 100%.
It needs to be fixed. Like, there needs to be some regulation of some sort.
And players need to be held. You want to be an adult, you need to be held accountable.
Yeah.
Because what that truly showcased, and if we put that scenario in the real world, what that truly showcased is whether you have a family or not, if you don't get what you want, you're throwing your hands to hell with it.
Bruh,
that's what that showcased. Oh, I'm not getting a raise on my job. Screw it. I'm done. I'm out.
Bruh,
you can't do that in the real world.
It was honestly, if anything, it was one of those situations where at least I felt where the committee was vindicated off their decision. 1,000%.
Because
now they can see why we did it.
The committee sat back and smoked a couple of them. Like, y'all see why we ain't put them in now?
Because we knew it would be another TCU situation.
And that's exactly.
And Florida State can't argue it because you know what? You can't go back and rewrite it.
You can't go back and rewrite it. Not to mention, second half of the game, those were our
freshmen. Third, fourth string. Gunnar Stockton played the whole second half.
Out there putting in work. So no,
while
you can't.
Florida State looked like garbage.
So what you gonna say? Oh, if we would have played, it would have been there. I don't shoulda, coulda, woulda, nothings. No, like you say, you knew for a whole month that you weren't gonna go. You should have went out there and handled business. Let us show y'all why y'all should have put us in there. But that now is cemented.
Yeah, you can't go change it.
And now they're talking about, oh, this is the second. Now and on top of that, you now gave Georgia an extra leg because now everybody's talking about the stat that came out. This is the second bowl game where Georgia is the only team in 2 consecutive bowl games that have put up 130 points.
It's crazy. It's wild.
So now you just gave Georgia more ammo. Thank you, but for Norvell, it sucks.
It sucks, man.
It truly sucks.
While, yes, everybody's glad that you're mad about it, you still got to sit there and hold
you got to swallow that pill. You got to deal with that. That's on your coaching resume.
Exactly.
So,
and I feel like that's what a lot of people aren't grasping.
You didn't control your players. That's on your coaching resume.
What do you say? Can you read that?
Yeah. If you're getting one of our messages just came in, says if you're getting NIL money, then you're playing in the bowl games. I understand the guys with the high draft projections, but in that case, then give them some of that money back.
I agree with that.
Because the only reason why you're
paid,
take your
ass
to the game.
Like, bruh, it doesn't make any sense to me.
And I don't think they fully the guys that opted out. The opt out is one thing, but to me, to opt out and to not go to the game, I think that's what's bothering me as well, more than just the opt out itself.
Yeah,
you didn't even go to the game. Like, come on.
Don't care? What you mean? I gotta get ready for the draft. What you talking about?
No, because what you're decided that what you've showcased your potential teammates is
it's about me. It's about me. But
it's about me. Even a few years ago, and we can move on to the next topic. Even a few years ago, when Lamar Jackson was playing at Louisville, and they posted this just popped up not too earlier today. I saw it, and they had asked him about was he gonna play in the bowl game? Absolutely. My boy's playing. Yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna play in the bowl game.
I will. I mean, but don't in the same breath. Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have seen Jaden Daniels play, but I was happy to see him out there.
He was there.
You know what I'm saying?
First thing, be there.
Be there.
Second thing, if you're gonna play. Bo Nix, play it.
I mean, what effect does it have on you just to be there in support of your teammates?
Of your guys that you just went through the season with. Like, it would have been nothing for you to just be on the sideline. At least be on the sideline.
It'll be interesting to see if this has any effect on draft stock. I doubt it.
I essentially doubt it. It probably won't have any effect on draft stock because the players aren't truly a part of the draft.
Yeah,
it's like that. But I guarantee you, it's gonna have some effect on some of them guys in that locker room.
Now that.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall in some of them locker rooms because they're gonna be like, "Oh, you I know it sucked, but why you didn't take your ass to the ball game?" Oh, so you have a loser. See, some of them vets gonna be like, so you just the ones that truly love the game gonna be like, oh, so yeah, it's just
that's what we doing.
That's what we doing. All right, I bet. All right, got you. See if you touch the field. All right, so. All right, so I'm gonna let you have this one. College football semis are now completed,
and I'm gonna be honest. That was probably maybe. No, I'm not even gonna say maybe. That was easily the best semifinals I've seen
in a while.
Really? Yeah. So like both games.
Oh, you talking about both
in conjunction together.
Yeah, in conjunction together. Yeah, they were pretty good.
Because if I think back to LSU in 19, they smoked. Oklahoma.
Yeah, the Georgia Ohio State one, but Georgia Ohio State TCU Michigan was
that was a TCU. It wasn't like this.
It wasn't like this. The Georgia Ohio State one was the national championship game.
Like I don't. Did Michigan and TCU go to OT?
I don't know if they went to OT or not.
But needs to say. So, first game, right? Alabama and Michigan. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
We know you hate Alabama.
No. I'm not gonna go.
Well, you're not going on your Alabama rant tonight?
No, I'm about to.
Okay.
But I'm not going to talk about how I hate them. I'm just going to talk about it as a sports head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. Oh, you're going to be level-headed?
That's not the Alabama team I'm used to seeing.
No, it wasn't.
They were slow, soft.
It was.
And
they gave up it's
highly timid.
It's crazy that they gave up 7 sacks, 8 sacks, and they were still
4 sacks in the first 6 dropbacks,
and they were still in the game. That's crazy to me. They were still in the game.
that speaks to how I think the championship game is going to go.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
Yeah.
But man, it was just.
Let me make a note real quick.
It was wild seeing like
it was wild.
It just looked like that. You know what it reminded me of? Reminded me of how Alabama looked against USF.
Bad.
They looked that bad.
They looked terrible. Yes.
And I was just like, dude, like, okay, I get it.
It makes you think that was
Michigan's defense is top tier.
It makes you think that was a different offensive line out there. It does. Like, who is that offensive line?
Like it made Jalen Milroe look like a horrendous quarterback.
It did.
In the first half, I'll say that. The first half. Now I know there's some people out there that say that Jalen Milroe isn't a quarterback.
He had zero time.
He didn't have any time.
That's zero time.
From my purview, he had literally no time. As soon as the ball got hiked, he already had defenders in his face before wide receivers broke out of routes. You know what I'm saying?
It was bad. When you watch it in slow motion, because I'm not even gonna lie, I did go back and I watched some of the plays in slow motion. It was literally like simultaneous ball defender, like at the he can't do it.
Can't breathe.
And I just want to say this, and I'll let you have it back. That center.
Oh, he transferred.
I saw it. I don't even think he turned. I think Nick gave him the boot.
That's what a lot of people say. That's a high.
I think Nick called him in the office and was like,
"We're going a different way. We're going in a different direction."
And you're not in the same direction that we're going. Because let's be honest, real quick. If the center play was better, that game would have been different. In my opinion, I think he still would. I think they probably still would got a couple of the sacks and whatnot, but those snaps,
bro, those errant snaps. I mean,
oh god,
if the snaps were better, we wouldn't have had that OT play that everybody's been talking about. Would not have went.
It would not have happened
because that wasn't even a QB design run. It was a QB option where if the hole is there, he can take it, but he had the swing out pass.
He had the swing out.
Wideouts were already in the blocking.
Yeah, they were already in the blocking, and then that interior wideout was going on a slant.
Yeah, so it was like it was your typical QB option play, and it was blocked well. It was blocked well.
If neither one of them whiffs,
the running back beat the linebacker out. Yeah. To the field, if
neither one of them whiffs on their block, or even if one of them whiffs on their block, and he's able to shake that defender, that's touchdown.
But I would also say that, and we talked about this on a recent podcast. I forget exactly who it was, but if you're so used to, if you've been experiencing this the whole game, where you're not getting any time, you're getting hit every single time. What does that make me think is going to happen when we're running a play? We're not moving the pocket because that's what's been allowing us access to do these plays. But we're getting a play where I'm stable, and y'all have been. It's been like the Red Sea parted.
Yes,
because to me, like I guess to the untrained eye, it looked like it was just a immediate QB run, but it honestly looked like he was on some stuff where he being Jalen Milroe was on some stuff where I don't have enough time. It was a low snap.
He shot.
Let me just go.
He shot.
So
he went with his natural born. That play he went.
That
with
was like a natural reaction.
On that play, that was his natural born. It was his natural born instinct. Because think about it. I've been sacked the whole game. The ball is at my ankles, so I'm already looking down.
Yeah.
By the time I look up, all I see is a motored up mess. So I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that play wasn't essentially a bad play.
It wasn't a bad play.
Also, and this is just from watching. This is just from watching football, like you said, to the untrained eye. I think once again, this would have been back to the center hiking the ball, right? But I essentially think a sprint out to the left probably would have been good too.
Yeah, sprint out to the field.
To the wide side of the wide side of the field.
Yeah.
Because you don't play defense, I don't play defense, we don't watch enough football to know. A sprint out to the wide side of the field typically a receiver gets open.
Yeah.
Because everybody is shifting over. Somebody bleeds to the backside. Something of that nature. But the man been sacked the whole game.
Yeah.
The center did a terrible job of hiking the ball.
Very.
And this is the result of what you have.
Yeah.
Now, let's flip sides real quick and let's go talk about Michigan.
Bruh.
This showed that game.
That was J.J. McCarthy's best game, even though he still
did mediocre.
But it's hard for me to say that he did mediocre.
He did enough.
He did enough.
Definitely. He did enough.
He threw for 221 yards.
He didn't lose the game.
No.
He necessarily wasn't.
But some of those plays, I'm not gonna lie to you.
He had a few plays.
Some of those plays were very lucky.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of those plays were very lucky.
Absolutely.
But
for Michigan to have 7 sacks and for Alabama to still be in that game showed that Michigan's offense
slow
is going to have some significant trouble. Will have some significant trouble with Washington if Washington plays the way that Washington played against Texas.
Washington hasn't shown that they aren't going to play like that. But man, Michigan has the slowest offense.
Yes.
In college football,
because if you can, Corum is
because the defense is so good.
Corum is an outstanding running back. But if you can contain him,
it's a wrap.
It is over.
What I will say is I did like Michigan's scheme against Bama. Yeah, where they were just running crosser routes. Yes, we're not going to try and beat you going vertical. Try and keep up with us when we're going 52 and a half across, and that's hard. That's what they were doing the whole game. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing the whole game. Crossers. And then Corum was coming right off. Corum was coming right off. And let me go and run a wheel route up and just
dump it to him.
It was beautiful. I'm telling you, they made Alabama look like what the hell is going on.
They stuck to their game plan.
They did.
Even when Alabama stopped a couple of times, they didn't flip scripts. No. They stuck to their game plan.
Still stick
which
to
leads me to make a comment about Texas when we discuss them.
Now, in regards to before we move on to Texas, there was just one thing I wanted to say. J.J. McCarthy, right? Oh, God. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he is. I mean, he seems like a good guy.
You talking about the comment he made?
How 80% of teams steal signs? Okay, guy, look. Stealing signs is not illegal. It happens in game, all that jazz. It's the manner in which you did it is what everybody has a problem with. And what that shows me is that you knew what was going on.
And then you took a shot at Ohio State. Ohio State had
nothing to do with it.
Not a Buckeyes fan at all. Ohio State had nothing to do with that. Why pull me, bro? Why you pull me into this foolishness? They didn't ask you nothing about me.
I'm gonna just go ahead and drop this information. Do with it as you may.
Yeah, do with it as you may. Right. I'm just gonna as I pass by you, I'm gonna drop the cheat code. I'm gonna drop the cheat sheet in front of you. Do with it as you may.
Yeah, like bro, it was wild. But all I wanted to say is like, look, kudos to Michigan. I hate the fact that they're here in Houston. But hey, it is what it is. Now, the next game. This is the game I was most excited about. Because let me tell you, for the life of me, I know we're in Texas, but I would have been so pissed off if Texas made the national championship.
I'm really trying to figure out who you hate more, Alabama or Texas. I'm truly trying to figure that out. Like, who do you hate more, Alabama or Texas? Because you despise both of them.
I really do. I really do. So my feelings towards Bama are highly legitimate. You can say
I'm gonna let you have it.
Highly legitimate.
It's not even Alabama. It's Nick Saban.
It's Nick Saban.
It's Nick Saban. It's Nick Saban.
But Alabama's just guilty by association. That's just it.
They offered the man a job.
Stop that.
He took it.
Stop that.
They offered him a job and he took it.
He could have said no.
He could have. Their business. Their business.
Whatever.
Their business.
Whatever.
You can't get mad at them offering a great coach a job.
Yeah, I can. Don't nobody tell me who I can and cannot
get mad at them for doing that.
So, in regards to Texas, right? It's just this superiority complex that they have, bro. I just remember when I was getting recruited out of high school, they were like, we don't even recruit players, no matter how talented they are, if... Thank you. Yes, he did. He lied. He lied. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I forgot that we were live for a minute there. Look, with Texas, when I was getting recruited out of high school, no matter how talented you were, they said if you don't come from a winning program, we're not recruiting you.
Okay.
Which
pause.
To each their own.
Pause. Y'all need to let that go.
No, I wouldn't let that go.
How many years has it been?
That press conference is fresh in my head. No, I can't let that go.
LIG. I will pray for y'all. I'm going to pray for y'all.
Bruh.
Let it go.
Okay.
How many years has it been?
I'm going to now. I'm gonna pose the same.
How many years? Okay, go ahead.
Tell me. Let's switch shoes.
Okay, let's switch roles.
All right.
Let's switch.
Kirby Smart.
Okay.
He has won 2 national championships for you.
True.
He does a press conference. He says, "Look, I'm done. I'm gonna go to the league.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about me going to another SEC school if I come back to college.
Okay.
Right?
It's not gonna happen because Kirby loves Georgia.
No. We're not doing that.
He loves Georgia. I'm just saying.
Rock with me,
dream
real quick.
job. Okay.
No, rock with me.
All right, let's go.
Okay. He goes to the NFL.
All right.
Goes there for a year.
Okay.
It just doesn't work out. You know, it is what it is.
Okay.
Then decides, you know what? I'm gonna come back to college.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, I want to come back to the SEC.
Okay.
On top of that, I'm gonna go to Florida.
Okay.
And starts balling out at Florida. Starts dog walking y'all.
Okay.
For 13 years. Would you not be mad?
Is he winning 6 national championships?
Yes, he's winning championships how Saban is winning. Would you be mad?
No, I wouldn't be mad.
Just shut up. That's Kate. Shut up. You are lying.
I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed.
Thank you.
But for 13 years?
I'm holding on to it.
Oh my God. Let it go.
Holding on to it.
He's let it go.
You know,
y'all
I
have
can't even
how many national
last time I fought on my wife, but I can remember that.
How many national championships have y'all won since Nick Saban has been gone?
1, 2.
2, right?
2.
2. No, 3. 2.
No, 2.
Less than Orgeron.
Orgeron, 2.
Okay. Y'all got 2 more championships. Let it go.
Stop that. No. Because what if Nick Saban stayed? Exactly.
I don't know. Y'all might have a dynasty.
Exactly.
Y'all might have a dynasty.
We'll be running.
Okay, you grown man now. Let it go.
No.
Let it go. He made the best decision for him and his family and his future.
That's selfish because LSU could have paid that money. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Did LSU offer him a job back? Did LSU offer his job back?
I don't know.
So how you gonna get mad at him?
Wait up now. We can't even do that because we had Les Miles. Off with his head. I'm done.
But you can't get mad at him if LSU committee didn't offer him the job back.
We already had Les Miles. Like, what are you talking about?
So
we're gonna have to shove out money to buy this guy out, and then add money on top of that to get Nick Saban.
Would it have been worth it?
Stop.
Would it have been worth it?
Then would have broke the bank.
Would it have been worth it?
Of course it would have been worth it, but stop.
Okay, point proven, sir. Y'all did not offer him a job. It don't matter how much you would have had to pay him. It would have been worth it.
Didn't make financial sense.
Financial sense would have been made after the fact.
$100,000 back then is not the same as $100,000.
Exactly my point. It would have been cheaper.
No, it would have been more expensive to pay out $100,000 in than it is now.
It would have been worth it, and it would have been cheaper.
Okay, let's go. So Texas, I know we veered off so bad down a rabbit hole, but yeah. So for me, I can't stand Texas for that simple fact. But that was when Mac Brown.
That was you. For me, I can't. For me, I'm gonna even kill with Texas. I more so dislike A&M. Texas. I don't like A&M. I can't stand A&M. Texas, on the other hand, has somewhat of a reason. I'll give them to be the way that they are, but they're gonna have to tone that down. The last time y'all were relevant was Vince Young. Let's leave that where it's at. Okay. Y'all ain't been relevant since then. To be walking around with y'all chest out.
I love when they say we're back.
Yeah, just like the Dallas Cowboys. Every time they win more than 3 games, they back. Hey, we back. You
know he a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Who? Milton, Dallas Cowboy fan?
I thought he was. No. John is. Uncle John is.
Dallas is always back. Dallas been back. Dallas ain't smelled the Super Bowl since the 90s. Ain't got a whiff of one. Right. But anyway, Texas is another story. I kind of let Texas have it. They're just selling on that. They're selling on that mystery boat. Like we gonna do something. This was their season. This was their year to do it.
Yeah.
What's that note I had? Okay, yeah. Texas tried to compete with Washington on Washington's game plan, and it didn't. Yeah. That didn't work. If Texas had kept running the ball, because they were doing Texas, they weren't doing bad.
Yeah.
All they had to do was keep running the ball and keep wearing on Washington. But Texas got into this. Oh, go ahead.
Those turnovers killed them.
And Texas got into this thing where, okay, we're going to compete with Washington on passing.
That was crazy.
You cannot do that. Not with what they have over there.
Bro, and we said this before. They legitimately have 3 number 1 receivers.
Yes.
On that team.
They have 3 number 1 receivers. Not only that, tight end came out of nowhere and was catching these wild catches, making these wild one-handed grabs and stuff. They dropped, and somebody that's watching on can correct me if I'm wrong. I only saw Washington drop 1 pass, and that was the running back.
They said that the receivers didn't drop any passes.
None.
Bruh.
So that is a recipe for success.
Of course.
Your receivers dropping no passes. Your tight ends dropping no passes. Your running backs dropping no pass, but the one that I saw.
Yeah.
And it's like, and not only that, they are getting yards after the catch. Bruh. They are getting yak.
I ain't gonna lie to you. So I didn't get to watch the whole game.
Oh, I watched the whole game.
I was watching it. I was keeping track of it on the ESPN app through the Gamecast. But what I did get to watch, bruh, there was times where Michael Penix threw that ball, and I was like, "Oh, there's no way that's a completion.
There's no way it's going."
And all I see is just outstretched arms in the breadbasket, and I was like, "How is that even possible?" Yes.
Some of those throws, I legitimately looked at them like, "Ball ain't gonna make it." And it was like
the ball got a little bit of air left over.
The DB and I would like everybody was worried about Texas secondary. They were with the receivers.
Yeah. For me,
it's like there was nothing. There was nothing that them DBs could have done that would have made the Washington receivers not catch those balls.
Bro, for Texas to be so touted, or for people to put so much weight on their defensive line, saying they have. That is the strength of their team. It didn't look like that.
It's the strength of their team. I don't mean it's the strength of them winning. Because it wasn't at all. It was
that offensive line at Washington. They won the Joe Moore Award for a reason.
Yes.
That's why I personally think they are going to give Michigan a fit in the championship. But
I think they are too.
There is one thing that I wish that they would change. What do you say?
Michael Penix is special.
He is special. Not special enough to win the Heisman, but he is special. Yeah, I know. I had to. I had to say it. Okay?
Jaden Daniels had 1,400 yards rushing. Like, come on.
I had to say it.
Nobody else is going to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
Like,
so this is my thing. If you notice towards the end of the game,
I think I know where you're going with this. Oh, you talking about Texas?
The running back got hurt.
You talking about Texas?
No.
Oh yeah. You talking about Washington? Okay,
Washington. Yeah. They would have been able to run that clock all the way down to where Texas only had 20 seconds.
If he wouldn't have gotten hurt, yeah.
They
saved. I think
that rule needs to be changed, bro.
I think one of the commentators said that saved 32 seconds or something like that.
45.
Yeah, it saved a lot of time, and then that's why AD should have stayed with Georgia. I'm going there. You cannot. You have AD Mitchell over there. And don't get me wrong, the corner for Washington is nice. He's nice. Decent. Bro, don't go to AD Mitchell at the end of the game in hopes that he going to save you when you hadn't went to him the entire game.
In the moment that they did go to him, he caught a touchdown.
The moment he caught a freaking touchdown. Like it's a basketball play.
Bro.
And then the second time why are you throwing the ball? Bruh. Like, and everyone, this pass interference. No decent ref is going to call that. Yeah, you can say, it was pass interference. You can say it was not pass interference. Clearly it wasn't. They didn't call it. Yeah. Me personally, that's a jump ball. AD Mitchell, first of all, he didn't even throw the ball up. Yeah. You throw that ball to AD, because he's on top of AD Mitchell. You throw that at his chest, that's a touchdown. Mm-hmm. That's a touchdown. But you aerated it. You allowed the corner to go straight Shaq mode. Man, get this shit out of here. And he had his arm on his shoulder. Eddie Mitchell was falling.
Look, if they didn't call the Georgia's hit on Marv,
that's all I'm saying. It wasn't pass interference. It was a great hit. That was a great hit. That was a great hit. We're not going there.
If they didn't call that,
we're not going there. That was a great hit.
Then that definitely wasn't pass interference.
That definitely wasn't pass interference. But before that, AD Mitchell had 2 receptions for 21 yards.
Bro, that's wild.
Or something like that.
That is wild.
You're talking about literally the best receiver on y'all team.
Yeah.
Because Worthy is nice, but Worthy is a speedster.
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy that has the best. And so the play right before he caught the touchdown, he broke the corner. He broke him. And they didn't throw the ball. He got so pissed. He turned around and was like, what are y'all doing? Throw the ball. Very next play.
Touchdown. Like,
I don't understand how
it's not that hard.
It's just what we said previously. You outcoached yourself. You tried to out-scheme yourself instead of saying, you know what? They going to their best receiver. We gonna go to ours until y'all stop him. AD Mitchell should have had at minimum 10 targets.
Yeah.
Minimum. He should have had minimum 10 targets that game.
That's fair.
And I guarantee you he'd have probably had 6 or 7 receptions.
Bruh.
You tried to out-scheme yourself. You tried to out-coach yourself instead of sticking to y'all game plan. Because Texas honestly has a solid game plan. They have a balanced game plan between the run and the pass. Yeah. We all know Washington don't have that. No. They don't need it. They got 4 top receivers over there.
Especially this coming up game, especially if Johnson is still injured. They're going to be throwing that. They're going to be throwing that pigskin.
Yeah. So when you look at it, it's like all Texas had to do was stick to their scheme.
That's it.
If they had stuck to their scheme and
throw little trickeration, misdirection plays, because they were working for them.
Yeah, it was working. But you got beside yourself, you got out of your game plan. You allow Washington's defense and you allow the Washington team to get y'all out of this. Okay, they're passing, so we got to pass. But no, you don't.
You don't.
You really don't.
Do what Michigan does. Slow the game down.
Period.
Slow the game down. Pray that they make a mistake, and then rely on your defense.
And play ball. Play ball. And y'all, then getting a few times, they did get a little bit of pressure on Penix. But you didn't get enough pressure on him to fluster him. And that's why he was able to just move around in the pocket. And he did something that I hadn't seen him do for the vast majority of the season, was run. He ran when he needed to. Yeah. He truly ran when he needed to.
That kind of caught me off guard.
To see him to scramble? Yeah, he truly ran when he needed. Not necessarily because he, quote unquote, the pocket was breaking down. He just saw open lanes.
And I'm going to take it.
So yeah, unfortunately, Texas didn't make it because y'all got out of they got out of their scheme.
Yeah, man.
Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They won't admit it. Sark probably won't admit it. But y'all got flustered, and it was like, okay, we're gonna go shot for shot.
Mama was too big.
You can't go shot for shot. Not with them guys.
Not with them.
You got 3 number ones over there, plus the tight end, plus the running backs that hardly drops no passes. Plus you got a guy that will put the ball in the keyhole.
Yeah.
Can't do nothing with that.
You really can't.
Nothing at all.
Man. But I'm excited to see this the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I think Washington's going to win because I haven't seen anybody that can stop those receivers.
No.
I just haven't seen it.
And who was that? Who was that we were talking about? Was that McMillan or Polk that showed up like? Because they showed up in the beginning of the season, and then they kind of like McMillan. They kind of like not fell off, but it kind of reeled back a little bit.
Yeah, McMillan got hurt.
He got hurt,
and then and then came back.
And then came back. So having all 3 of them healthy. That's a problem.
Polk is only a sophomore.
That's gonna be a problem.
That's gonna be a problem.
And then, like I say, you had the tight end that comes on, and we all know football, even basketball, sports in general is a game of momentum.
Yeah,
they are going in with a high level of momentum, which I think plays more in their favor versus Michigan is coming off of a high off of beating Alabama.
Yeah. I agree.
That could be detrimental to them because it's like we're coming off of a high, off of beating an SEC powerhouse team, and now you think that you're about to go play Washington. You think, okay, yeah, they beat Texas. They didn't beat Texas by much. They whooped Texas. The score does not do justice to how that game truly went.
It really doesn't.
So we'll see how it pans out. I'm not pulling for Michigan. No, I'm pulling for Washington.
Oh yeah,
I'm pulling for Washington. I need Washington to get this dub.
Yeah,
I need to get this dub.
But hey, so we want to thank y'all for tapping in with us. We think that this is probably going to be
live.
What we do moving forward.
I got to make sure I put the title up next time. My bad.
Yeah. But we got to do a little more research on, so we can have our intros and all that jazz up there. But I think this is probably what we're going to do moving forward. And then you'll see individual segments chopped up.
Yeah.
So it's not
on the
just
shorts. On the shorty shorts.
On the shorty shorts. It's not just one long, hour-long pod. But, hey, for those of you that tapped in, thank you.
Yep.
Just please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. We're just trying to get ourselves out there to the masses, and we feel like we really got something here.
And to our extremists, we appreciate the comments.
Yeah, we love you. We love you.
We love you, even though we know that you are a true extremist.
True extremist.
It's either LSU or bust. It's probably going to be bust again this upcoming season.
Shut up. But, hey, with that being said, thank you for watching another episode of Limitl3ss Podcast.
Yes, we as usual,
out.
We are out.
Deuces,
y'all.
Booyaka, booyaka.